Everyone asks, Corinthian leather? Of course, why not the best? It's the same with our new Chrysler New Yorker. It gives you everything. Powerful V6, anti-lock brakes, front-wheel drive, rich leather, 770 protection plan. And Chrysler's exclusive Crystal Key program, complete car coverage with owner care that's even better than Rolls-Royce or Mercedes. Chrysler New Yorker gives you the one thing you always wanted in a luxury car. Everything.
Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Joseph here once again. Today, let's take an in-depth look at my new daily driver. This is my 1991 Chrysler New Yorker 5th Avenue Mark Cross Edition. This will be a full, in-depth tour of my New Yorker. We'll start it up, show the engine, and show you many of the features on the interior as well as the exterior, take it for a brief test drive, and talk about the history and unique aspects of the 91 Chrysler New Yorker. So, without further ado, let's go on and get started, shall we? The 1991 Chrysler New Yorker 5th Avenue was manufactured from 1989 to 1993. It was assembled in Belvidere, Illinois. It had a transverse front-engine, front-wheel drive configuration. It was based on the Chrysler Y platform. It was related to the Chrysler Imperial and the standard Chrysler New Yorker. The engine options was a 3.3-liter EGA V6 and a 3.8-liter EGH V6. It also had an A604 4-speed automatic transmission. Wheelbase was 109.6 inches with a length of 198.6 inches and then 201.3 inches added in 1992 to 1993. The successor was the cab-forward Chrysler New Yorker from 1994 to 1996. The 1990 Chrysler New Yorker saw the previous relationship between the New Yorker and the 5th Avenue return as the 5th Avenue became a model of the New Yorker. There was some substantive differences between the two, however, as the New Yorker 5th Avenue used a slightly longer chassis than the standard car. The New Yorker 5th Avenue's larger interior volume classified as a full-size model at this time, despite having smaller exterior dimensions than the first generation. 1990 also saw the return of the hidden headlamps, which, when off, were concealed behind retractable metal covers. Hidden headlamps had not been available since the 1981 R-body New Yorker 5th Avenue. For 1990, Chrysler's new 3.3-liter V6 engine was the standard and only choice, teamed with the company's A604 4-speed electronic automatic transaxle. Beginning in 1991, a larger 3.8-liter V6 became an option. It delivered the same 147 horsepower as the 3.3-liter, but had more torque. The New Yorker's 5th Avenue's famous seats, long noted for their button-tufted appearance and sofa-like comfort, continue to be offered with the customer's choice of either velour or Corinthian leather, with the the leather option. Former Corinthian leather replaced that of the Mark Cross company. Leather-equipped cars bore the Mark Cross logo on the seats and externally on an emblem attached on the brushed aluminum band ahead of the rear opera windows. In this form, the New Yorker 5th Avenue resembled the newly revived Chrysler Imperial. Although some much-needed distinction was provided between the two cars when the New Yorker 5th Avenue, along with its New Yorker Salon Intermediate, received styled, round-off front and rear ends for the 92 model year, while the Imperial continued its original crisp line form. All New Yorker 5th Avenues of this generation were owned and covered by the Chrysler's marketing-leading Crystal Key Owners Program, which included a 5-year, 50,000-mile limited warranty and a 7-year, 70,000-mile powertrain warranty. A 24-hour customer toll-free service hotline was also offered, and the 5th Avenue name was discontinued at the end of the 1993 model year when the New Yorker was replaced by the redesigned, longer and more aerodynamic 1994 New Yorker and similar LHS. Alrighty, so now that we've discussed the history of the Chrysler nameplate and the New Yorker nameplate from this era, let's go on and take a look at mine, shall we? The exterior color is known as flat white metallic, paired with the Mark Cross specific Corinthian leather interior in wine red. Very plush interior. Seats are very soft and supple. Great highway cruising material. There's the Mark Cross logo on the headrest, just like what's on the doors. So let's go on and start it up, shall we? You have a little light that lights up on the ignition tumbler to let you see at night. Also have an information display, which I will describe all the different features as we go along in the portion of the video. 107,065 original miles. Starts right up. So let's turn on the lights and hazards. We'll take a look at the exterior. Let's take a look at the engine, shall we? This particular unit is powered by Chrysler's 3.3 liter V6, the same power plant that was used in the Plymouth Grand Voyager and Chrysler minivans. Has a 4-speed hydromatic automatic transmission. It's an electronic shift gearbox, so rather than using hydraulic pressure to change the gears, it uses an electric solenoid to shift the transmission up and down and reverse and drive progressively. Most Chryslers from 1981 through 1991 on forward, they did have the progressive electronic solenoid switch, and there's a distinctive burring sound that occurs when the transmission is thrown from reverse to drive or from acceleration to deacceleration, respectively, which I'll demonstrate a little bit of a sound clip here momentarily. Run smooth. take a look at the interior, shall we? Starting on the driver's side, you have power windows, memory seating, memory mirrors, two-person, power door locks, cruise control on the steering wheel, power adjusting mirrors with memory adjustment, like I mentioned previously. The door light, deck light is on because I didn't close one of the doors fully when I was filming the silent shots for the vehicle, for the Wikipedia portion. But it's probably that door right there that's open a little bit. Again, very soft leather seats, basically sink right into them. Got a small center console that came equipped on this particular model. I believe this is something that came specific to the Mark Cross. If not, it was something that the previous owner equipped with the vehicle. Smooth power steering, feather tight though, but very smooth. Tilt steering wheel. Cruise control on the center deck down here, as stated previously. Got your horn buttons. First generation SRS airbag. It is a 4-speed automatic transmission. The shift column indicator on mine right now is not working. I need to fix that. But up here, you have a small computer display with different buttons, such as time, temperature, fuel, economy, information, and system reset. So if I press temperature, it'll show the temperature outside. Right now, it's kind of giving some gremlins, but you get a basic demonstration. It's currently resetting. So fuel economy, how many fuel gallons have used, how many miles to empty. Your economy, 19.7 miles per gallon average. How many miles per gallon when going down the road will give me a economy reading of how many miles I can get per gallon. And information, which tells me faults that are currently occurring. So if I were to fasten my seatbelt, it'll tell me what door is possibly ajar. So we'll see if that still functions. Okay, it says monitored system's okay, but typically it would say you got a door ajar. So one of the sensors is currently non-functioning. On the mirror, you have a high-low setting for dimming. You have a little eye that's on the mirror here that actually detects whether there is any light outside, and if there is not much light, when you turn the ignition off, then turn the lights off, the lights will remain on for 60 seconds to allow you to exit the vehicle. Also, in the outside of the vehicle, when you pull the external handle, it will turn on the interior lights for 30 seconds. Infinity sound system. The head unit in mine is non-functioning, but it's a 4-speaker design. You've got 2 on the front doors, as well as 2 speakers on the dash, 1 on the passenger side, 1 right above the instrument cluster on the driver's side, and again, 2 on each door. So 1 here and 1 here. On some models, they did have speakers on the back doors, but this one was not equipped with the back speakers. So, let's take a look at the rest of the vehicle, shall we? Go on and turn it off. I'll pop the trunk with the trunk release button in the glove box. Yes, the power pull-down feature on the trunk does work. Start on the passenger or the driver's side rear seat. Got a small ashtray holder in the door, pops up. This vehicle can sit 6, 3 up front, 3 in the back. Again, super plush pillow top seats all over the car. Got a little armrest that comes down on the rear seats, as well as a small cup holder to hold small canned sodas or small drinks. If you have passengers that are going on longer legs and they want to sip on a soda or something. No pass-through on this particular model. They didn't have a golf bag pass-through. unfortunately. Small folder holders. I'm almost 6 foot, and I am able to sprawl out with plenty of legroom in the back. And I also have plenty of headroom as well. So it's a very, very plush and comfortable cruiser for the back seat as well as the front. Go and close the door for a moment. Let you see what it looks like on the inside with the door closed. You have a little map light or newspaper light for the back passenger on both sides, as well as an egress, degress light on the armrest for the doors. Fifth Avenue logo on the rear doors as well, on the outside as well as the inside. You also have the Mark Cross logo on the opera pillars on the back side of the door, which I will show you on the outside here. There's the Mark Cross logo. Take a look at the trunk in a moment. I do have the original wood trim in the house. I just have to have them reattached. That's what the wood trim looks like, all put back together nicely. Plenty of legroom, plenty of comfort for both front and rear passengers. On certain model Fifth Avenues, they also had a little deck on the back portion where the rear glass is that have headphone jacks. I'll submit a little clip from Motor Week on this portion just so you can see the rear headphone jacks. That was available on the 88 New Yorker Salon. I'm not sure if it was available on the Fifth Avenue trim, but I know for a fact that it was at least available on the New Yorker Salon.
And if you order one of the available Infinity sound systems, rear headphone jacks are included, something the young, and even the young at heart, should love.
Very soft suede headliner. Also got soft shag carpet on the floorboards, as well as the door entry guards. Go on and turn off the back seat lights here. Set them to auto. Chrome door handles. Power adjustment seat, which I'll demonstrate. This works on both sides. They're equal on both ends. So you've got forward, back, up, down, tilt up, tilt back, and rear lumbar adjustment. Very nice. Quick look at the 91 owner's manual. It also came with a manual for the radio itself, which said Infinity Audio. But this is the original 91 owner's manual. Got all the information you need to maintain your 91 Chrysler New Yorker on this manual. Another neat little amenity is you've got slide-out cup holders in the armrests that'll hold a small soda or drink. And then, of course, like I mentioned previously, you also have the centerpiece that I'm not sure particularly is stock, but I know on some cars they did it as an option, but I'm not sure if that's stock or not on this particular vehicle. Another feature, I believe, on the 88 model New Yorker Salon, I'm not sure if it was available on the 91. On some of them, they had a little cutout in the center part of the dash here that had a cup holder that would fall down just like this center ashtray would, and you'd have a little cup holder in there. And that's another clip I can submit from the Motor Week review.
There is also a retractable cup holder, a Chrysler novelty that is always appreciated.
just an overall very comfortable cruiser. I use this daily for work as well as just my daily transportation, but it is a wonderful, wonderful vehicle. Okay, let's take a look at the trunk, shall we? And then we will move on to the test drive. Very large trunk. Can hold all the stuff that I need. The little box there is some extra parts that I have for the car in case I ever need to make a small repair. I got a spare computer cluster as well as a gauge cluster and transmission indicator system. There's two ways to access the trunk: the button that I showed you in the glove box, as well as a hideaway key slot in the Chrysler logo. Works like a charm. Alrighty, well, let's get ready, and I'll take you guys for a short test drive. The cornering lamps are really nice at night to have, but as this video is being taken, there are some small things that I'm still fixing on it, but I plan to do a secondary review once everything is cleaned up to show the difference from between where I am now up to a fully complete vehicle. So anyways, let me go ahead and get some necessity clips that I need for this review, and we'll go for a test drive. Safety locks will activate when we hit 16. There we go. The doors automatically lock when you go above 15 miles per hour as a safety feature. Halogens, got high beam and low beam. For their style, they're decent. Very plush interior. It's very comfortable. Love this ride that this car gives. Harkens back to a lot of the larger land yachts that they used to build back in the day. There was an option for an analog cluster, which basically had the old style analog needles. They weren't quite as fancy, but they did the job pretty well. This car shared its platform with the Dodge Dynasty, and this is the C-body 5th Avenue, so it's got a little longer of a wheelbase than the traditional New Yorker Salon. One way you can tell it's a 5th Avenue is by the little opera windows on the back of the car. The opera windows were a 5th Avenue trademark for this generation, as far as I can tell. I could be wrong, but as far as I know, that is the way that they designed the opera windows for this vehicle. I know on the 88 models they didn't have them, so that's one reason why I mentioned that. So could have been just a different styling cue, but from as far as I know, the ones that I've seen all have the little opera windows that are the 5th Avenue models. Have a system defroster for the rear windows, as well as heated mirrors, which is something that a lot of newer cars are just now starting to come back out with, which is a really cool feature. I like it a lot with this car. They both work as far as I can tell. If you listen carefully, I'm going to go on and turn the air conditioning off. If you listen carefully when we come to a stop here, once I get up to another speed, it does grab second gear pretty quickly. But when we go on the main road to do a run-up test drive, listen carefully, and you may hear the electronic solenoids, like I was mentioning earlier in the engine part of the video, grabbing the different gears to help the vehicle get ready for starting it first. Again, it's a neat little quirk that these cars had, and most newer Dodges, at least up to the early 2000s, also have. Again, just very plush, soft writing. Turn here. Alrighty, so I decided to change the camera angles up for you guys, give you a different angle of riding in the New Yorker, doing a little bit more of a driver perspective. Okay, we're gonna check my transmission. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's head on. Continue. Although it's not the most powerful car ever produced, it has a little bit of pickup and go when it is necessary. whistle you hear sometimes when I'm decelerating is a blend door actuator in the dash that's whistling a little bit. This car uses vacuum actuated air conditioning, so some of the vacuum lines are still a little bit raspy from lack of use. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this in-depth look at my 1991 Chrysler New Yorker 5th Avenue Mark Cross Edition. If you liked the video, be sure to like and subscribe, and there will be more videos about this car in the future as I continue to make upgrades, repairs, and minor tweaking to this vehicle.
This is Chrysler's most technologically advanced luxury car, backed by the Chrysler Protection Plan. Turbo New Yorker by Chrysler. The best built, best backed American cars.